Takashi, a brooding student, witnesses a disturbing scene on the rooftop. A middle-aged man, appearing mentally unstable, causes chaos at the school gate, defying the security guard's threats. The man bites the guard, resulting in a gruesome injury. The guard's intense pain causes him to faint after a horrific scream. A teacher approaches, and the guard's eyes snap open. He attacks her, grabbing her body and biting her neck. Takashi panics, rushing to the classroom to find his childhood sweetheart, Rei. He wants to escape with her, but Saya, who secretly loves Takashi, is upset. Rei finds the situation absurd and refuses to leave. Takashi slaps her, forcing her to reluctantly agree to escape with him and her friend. An announcement interrupts their escape, warning of campus violence. Teachers are asked to evacuate students, but a heart-wrenching scream cuts off the broadcast, plunging the campus into chaos. Panic sets in with screams of terror, confusion, and fear. Takashi and the others prepare to escape, avoiding the crowded school building for the relatively deserted administration building. However, they find the infatuated literature teacher acting like a lunatic. Rei, experiencing this situation for the first time, is terrified, revealing her smelly underwear. After composing herself, Rei swings a mop stick at the teacher, successfully stabbing him in the hairy chest. Surprisingly, the attack has no effect, and the teacher regains movement. Their friend attempts to restrain the teacher, confident in his ability, but the teacher's head twists at an incredible angle, biting his shoulder. Despite Takashi and Rei's relentless attacks, the teacher refuses to release his grip. Takashi swiftly reacts, smashing his baseball bat down on the teacher, finally killing him. The trio decides to head to the rooftop, seeking a safe haven. The deserted rooftop offers a panoramic view of the city, revealing widespread smoke and bloodshed. Takashi realizes that the attackers are undead, akin to zombies, and that destroying their heads is the only way to eliminate them. As they discuss their situation, more zombies surround the rooftop, forcing the trio to find higher ground. Takashi leads the way, fighting off zombies alongside his friends. During the chaos, Rei trips, but their friend saves her just in time by hitting a zombie with the baseball bat. After a narrow escape, they barricade themselves on the rooftop using tables and chairs. However, their friend, bitten earlier, deteriorates rapidly, begging Takashi to end his suffering to avoid becoming a zombie. Before Takashi acts, Rei intervenes, refusing to believe their friend will transform. To their surprise, their friend revives, standing up and approaching Rei. Takashi acknowledges the reality of the situation and kills their friend to prevent his transformation. Exhausted, Takashi and Rei sit by the wall, having endured immense trauma in a short time. Rei remembers her police officer father and decides to call him to understand the unfolding disaster. Rei's phone call connects immediately, but her father's voice is distorted and unclear. A gunshot sounds in the background, and the call abruptly ends with a busy tone. Meanwhile, Saya and Kota flee through the school building. Kota suggests seeking help from teachers or calling the police, but Saya explains that Japan's vast population and limited police force make it unlikely to be effective. In the infirmary, school nurse Shizuka discovers the zombies' characteristics. As she prepares emergency medicine, a horde of zombies breaks in, killing a student. A long-haired girl, Seiko, the Kendo Club president, appears, wielding a wooden sword and dispatching the zombies mercilessly. She comforts the injured student before ending his suffering. Saya and Kota find the tool room, equipped with materials to create simple self-defense weapons. Saya feels irritated with Kota's weakness, but instructs him to make weapons. Unnoticed by Saya, Kota works confidently, creating a nail gun. As zombies approach, Kota uses the nail gun, piercing their foreheads. On the rooftop, Takashi and Rei prepare for their situation. Takashi and Rei utilize the fire hose to knock down approaching zombies on the rooftop. They effortlessly eliminate the remaining undead using a stick and nail gun. Determined to escape and find survivors, they refuse to simply wait for rescue. Takashi conceals his unease, worried about his mother, an elementary school teacher, facing similar dangers. Saya discovers that zombies lack perceptual abilities, reacting only to sound. As they discuss this, zombies approach from behind. Seiko and Shizuka head to the staff room to obtain car keys, increasing their escape chances. Shizuka trips, and Seiko tears her skirt for easier movement. A loud noise alerts them to Kota and Saya's danger. Saya faces a zombie, screaming as Kota's nail gun runs out of ammunition. Desperate, Saya grabs a power drill, stabbing the zombie amidst blood splatter. Takashi and others arrive, eliminating the zombies, but Saya remains traumatized. Rei and Shizuka comfort Saya, who eventually regains composure, only to become furious at the group's calm demeanor. Overwhelmed, she bursts into tears upon seeing her blood-covered reflection. After a brief rest, the group faces a dilemma. Shizuka's minicar can't accommodate everyone. Seiko suggests using the school's minibus, and Takashi proposes visiting their homes to find family members before seeking a safe haven. Sayo turns on the TV, showing news footage of revived corpses attacking. The anchor advises the public to stay indoors and wait for the situation to resolve. Takashi expresses anger at the nonchalant reporting, but Saya analyzes it as a government strategy to prevent widespread panic. The TV reports on the global chaos, including abandoned governments and cities in ruins. Saya explains historical mass diseases, such as the Spanish flu and Black Death, and their devastating impact. Takashi asks how these incidents ended, and Shizuka explains that the infection would eventually run out of targets. She also mentions that summer's arrival could lead to partial skeletonization of bodies, but Sia questions whether zombies would rot. The group organizes their equipment and supplies, and Takashi leads them out. They rescue trapped students and invite them to join their team. To test their theory about zombies reacting only to sound, Takashi volunteers to observe their behavior. Despite Rai's concerns, Seiko encourages Takashi to proceed. He successfully proves their theory, using a shoe to distract the zombies and allowing the group to escape the academic building quietly. As the last student boards, a loud noise alerts the zombies, prompting Takashi to order everyone to run. Seiko, Takashi, and Rei lead the way, carving a bloody path through the increasing zombie horde. A male student falls behind and is surrounded, prompting his girlfriend to rush back and save him, but she gets bitten too. Seiko and Takashi cover Shizuka as she opens the school bus door, allowing everyone to escape. Just as they're about to depart, a group of teachers and students approaches, fleeing zombies. Takashi wants to help, but Rai stops him, arguing they're not worth saving. Meanwhile, a shady teacher, Shady, kicks a student to delay the zombies and save himself. Once everyone boards, Shizuka accelerates, ramming and crushing zombies to escape the school. Shady asks if Seiko is the leader, then insists a leader is necessary to survive the apocalypse. Rai warns Takashi about saving Shady. The bus drives onto an overpass, revealing a city in ruins. A disagreement erupts over whether to continue forward or find a safe place. Rai stands up to a punk questioning Takashi's leadership, knocking him down with a stick. Shady praises Rei and Takashi's teamwork, solidifying his proposal to lead. After his speech, the students applauded and agreed with him. He declared himself leader under majority rule. Rei seemed increasingly uncomfortable. She tried to exit the bus alone, but Takashi was about to follow and persuade him when a zombie-filled bus crashed into them. The explosion separated Takashi and Rei from the main group. Flaming zombies emerged from the overturned bus. Takashi agreed to meet Seiko at the Eastern District Police Station the next day. Takashi and Rei found a motorcycle. Seiko's group was stuck in a traffic jam, trying to leave the city amidst gunshots and zombies. Female students screamed in fear. Shady comforted them, but Seiko and Saya noticed a suspicious glint in his eyes. Takashi and Rei navigated the desolate city on a motorcycle, passing visible destruction and animals feeding on corpses. They discovered an abandoned police car with a deceased officer inside. After searching, Rai found a handgun, pen, and handcuffs. Upgrading their equipment, they continued. At a gas station, they lacked money for the coin-operated pump. Takashi decided to try his luck in the nearby convenience store, holding a baseball bat. A maniac appeared behind Rei, holding her hostage at knife point. Takashi threatened him, but the maniac claimed survival required a woman and tried to touch Rei's arm. Takashi was enraged. The maniac seemed unhinged, recounting his zombie-infected family members, including his young sister. He laughed disturbingly. Seizing a moment, Rai tried to escape, but the maniac recaptured her. Takashi complied with the maniac's demands, refueling the motorcycle's tank. As Takashi handed over the keys, he abruptly tackled the maniac, pinning the gun to his chest. The maniac froze, paralyzed with fear. Takashi acted swiftly, pulling the trigger. The shot sent the maniac crashing to the ground, writhing in agony. Rei sought to punish the maniac further, but Takashi intervened, urging immediate departure. It was then that Rai realized their actions had drawn a zombie horde. In this post-apocalyptic world, only the strongest survived. As society collapsed under the zombie onslaught, The elite received swift rescue, while ordinary citizens fought for survival or faced certain doom. A sexy zombie appeared in the sniper's crosshairs. A precise shot from a Barrett rifle echoed, followed by a zombie's demise. This sequence repeated until the airport runway was cleared. Corey, a skilled markswoman, executed this mission to ensure the safe evacuation of high-ranking officials. With the zombies eliminated, a heavily armed firefighting team arrived, disposing of the corpses as the plane departed. Meanwhile, Seiko's group was trapped in traffic, attempting to flee the city. Teacher Shady tried to manipulate the students, advising them to disperse only upon reaching safety. Though concerned for their families, they needed to prepare as a unit. However, Shady's words only excited the more gullible students, while others, like Seiko and Saya, were lost in thought or slumber. Saya roused Koda, pointing out the departing plane, and analyzed that the city's danger level was critically high. Those escaping by plane were likely high-ranking officials heading to secure locations like military bases in Hokkaido or Kyushu. Koda suggested they follow suit. Sia countered, arguing that self-defense forces and U.S. military bases would employ arms suppression and stringent containment measures, given the dire global situation. Their team lacked the strength and reliable allies to survive. Koda playfully teased Saya about her crush on Takashi. Meanwhile, Takashi and Rei faced challenges as societal collapse worsened. They encountered gang-like men brutalizing civilians. Takashi swiftly escaped on the motorcycle, dodging the attack. Rei wondered why non-zombies were attacking, and Takashi attributed it to panic-induced chaos. Nearby, rebellious teenagers tried to breach military barriers, only to be repelled by water cannons. On the school bus, Shady's impassioned speech whipped students into a frenzy, prompting Sia to label it the Shady Doctrine. SEO suggested abandoning the bus and walking, prioritizing their promise to Takashi. After discussing their distant family members, they decided to focus on self-preservation. Saya urged departure, but Shady was willing to abandon them. Shizuka, the school nurse, was threatened by Shady, but Koda unexpectedly fired a nail, narrowly missing Shady's cheek. Koda's sudden boldness stunned Shady. Koda calmly declared his willingness to protect the group, having already taken down numerous zombies at the school. With his assurance, they exited the bus, leaving Shady seething with resentment. Their relief was short-lived, as a zombie horde approached. Saya and Shizuka struggled in combat, and Koda soon ran out of ammunition. SEO, undaunted, fought on. In the chaos, Shizuka accidentally fell onto Saya. Just then, Takashi and Rei arrived on a motorcycle, dispatching zombies with precision. Takashi tossed his handgun to Koda, who swiftly took down 2 zombies. Takashi's drifts and Rei's acrobatic shots cleared the area. Reunited, the group celebrated, but nightfall brought concerns about traveling in the zombie-infested world. Shizuka mentioned a nearby friend's house, where they could rest. As the girls indulged in warm water and shampoo, the guys scouted for weapons. They cracked open a safe, revealing a mini arsenal that thrilled Koda, a military enthusiast. Takashi, however, asked Koda about his unusual familiarity with firearms. Koda revealed his exceptional shooting skills stemmed from private military training in the U.S., instructed by a former Special Forces captain. He wondered about the owner of the prohibited weapons in Japan. Takashi explained that Shizuka's friend was likely a Japanese Special Police Force member. Meanwhile, the bridge out of the city was blocked by desperate people, dubbed the murderous disease by the media. Unbeknownst to the protesters, the government had abandoned the soldiers, leaving them to handle the situation. A group within the crowd blamed the US and Japan for the global disaster, alleging a biological lab leak. Chaos erupted when a police officer turned zombie and a horde approached. After regaining control, officers noticed a suspicious mother and child. The child, seemingly weak, viciously bit the mother's neck, forcing the officers to open fire. This incident incited the crowd, who protested the indiscriminate shooting. The police chief urged the protest leader to disperse, warning of danger. The leader refused, accusing the chief of covering up government and American crimes. The chief threatened to take necessary measures to maintain order. Inside, the girls finished bathing. Takashi found Saiko cooking calmly, wearing an apron, and suggested he could call her by name, dropping the senior title. Koda kept watch from the balcony while Sayo prepared dinner. Rei, alone with Takashi, seemed unusual, blushing and moving closer for a sudden, intimate moment. The world has descended into chaos under the relentless zombie assault. The government has resorted to deploying bulldozers to crush the masses, pushing police officers to the breaking point. Some officers have even turned their guns on themselves. In stark contrast, Takashi's cabin offers a fleeting sense of comfort. However, the peace is short-lived as the sound of barking echoes outside, signaling a growing zombie presence. Takashi, frustrated and eager to act, is cautioned by Seiko, who warns of the zombie's sensitivity to sound and the need for strategic survival. Seiko turns off the cabin lights, emphasizing that bravado alone won't ensure survival. They must be wary of other humans and adapt to this harsh new world. Takashi, scanning the vicinity with night vision goggles, spots a man and young girl seeking refuge. The girl's innocent questions and the man's desperate pleas are met with cruelty and rejection. The man's brief relief turns to horror as he's fatally stabbed, leaving the girl alone and vulnerable. Takashi witnesses the tragedy, compelled to act. Despite the dangers, he prepares to leave the cabin to rescue the girl, even as his companions sleep, oblivious to the chaos outside. The scene unfolds with the girl's despair, the zombies closing in, and Takashi's determination to help. Gunshots pierce the night, clearing a path for the girl's survival. Seiko reassures Takashi, encouraging him to rescue the girl while she protects their home. Rei hands Takashi a pistol, cautioning him to be cautious. As Seiko opens the door, Takashi revs the motorcycle, and Kota provides cover fire. Takashi navigates through zombies but crashes after hitting a human leg. Before zombies overwhelm him, Kota's support arrives. Takashi fights off a zombie and comforts the crying girl, Alice. Meanwhile, Seiya leads the group in gathering supplies, loading them into the car. However, this attracts nearby zombies, increasing danger. Seiko ensures safety while the group transports supplies. Kota worries about rescuing Takashi amidst the zombie swarm, but is relieved by Takashi's escape plan. Takashi carries Alice, navigating narrow walls crowded with zombies. The girl's dog momentarily hinders their escape, but she regains control. A zombie hooks Takashi's shoelaces, but he regains balance. Seiko arrives in the Tesla, executing a precise drift to stop at the intersection. The trio leaps onto the vehicle, and Kota eliminates surrounding zombies with his shotgun. Everyone boards and Shizuka speeds away. After a night's rest, the group uses the Tesla to cross the bridge. They learn Alice's name and Kota's fondness for her. Kota entertains Alice, singing and playing. After crossing the river, the group rests, changes into dry clothes, and Kota teaches Takashi how to use the shotgun, explaining its capacity and recoil. Takashi assures Kota he'll use the shotgun responsibly, but will utilize it as a shield if necessary. Meanwhile, the girls finish changing clothes, and the scene shifts to the three men, astonished by Ri's attachment of a bayonet to her long gun. With everything ready, Takashi and Kota lead the way, checking the river embankment for safety. Shizuka accelerates the Tesla, and they head towards C's house, the closest destination. Takashi hesitates, but Saya anticipates his concern. En route, they're surprised to find no zombies after crossing the river, and the helicopter from the previous day is gone. The environment appears normal, except for the eerie silence and deserted streets. Takashi enjoys the brief peace, but Kota soon detects zombies ahead. The group navigates through streets, avoiding zombies, but encounters a wire fence, forcing Shizuka to sharply turn the car. Rei, on lookout duty, is thrown under the car, and zombies attack. Takashi defends himself with the shotgun, but struggles with the shotgun. Barkholes. Kota assists, teaching Takashi to aim near the chest, and he successfully shoots two zombies. However, Takashi's shotgun runs out of bullets, and he panics. Seiko intervenes, holding off zombies while Takashi checks on Rei, who's severely injured. Takashi takes Rei's gun and begins firing after Kota's brief guidance. As the vehicle stalls, Saya joins the fight, firing the shotgun. Eventually, they run out of bullets and despair sets in. Takashi takes the gun and charges towards the zombies, making noise to lure them away, realizing Seiko's plan. Seiko joins Takashi, fighting zombies with her wooden sword. Just as all hope seems lost, a team of rescuers in firefighter suits arrives, using water cannons to clear the zombies. The commander is revealed to be Saya's mother. However, Takashi and Seiko are separated from the group while distracting the zombies. Alone, they rely on each other for survival. They take a detour to Sha's house, finding a motorcycle shop with an amphibious four-wheel bike. Takashi plans to reach a lake island for safety. After a thrilling river crossing, they arrive at the island, where Takashi provides dry clothes for Seiko. Later, they notice fewer zombies and continue their journey. Takashi creates a diversion by driving the motorcycle into a city fountain, attracting zombies and clearing a path. Seiko understands Takashi's plan and fights off zombies with her sword. However, she's momentarily frozen when confronted by child zombies. Takashi saves her, and they escape, eventually finding refuge in a shrine. Takashi discovers a ceremonial knife and offers Seiko a dry school uniform and a package, bringing a smile to her face. Despite moments of awkwardness, they share a brief respite. Takashi inquires about Seiko's earlier freeze, and she reveals a past experience where she failed to express her feelings to a boy she liked, fearing inadequacy. Takashi finds this hard to believe, given Seiko's charming nature. Seiko shares a shocking incident from 4 years ago, where she defended herself against an attacker with her wooden sword, causing severe injuries. She confesses to feeling exhilarated and empowered during the confrontation, revealing a darker aspect of her personality. Takashi is stunned but accepts Seiko for who she is, kissing her unexpectedly. The next morning, they plan to sneak out of the shrine, but zombies appear, and Takashi urges Seiko to flee. However, she hesitates until Takashi grabs her, declaring his acceptance and willingness to support her, sins and all. Seiko comes to terms with herself, embracing her true nature, and together they fight off the zombies, escaping to Saya's house. Overjoyed to see them safe, Alice welcomes them with open arms. The group begins living ordinary days together. Seiko wears an elegant kimono, causing Takashi to compliment her, but she misunderstands, leading to an awkward silence. They burst into laughter, and Alice appears, interrupting Sia's argument with her mother. Sia's mother apologizes and asks Takashi about his comfort level. He feels comfortable and at ease, acknowledging the commander's luxurious house, exceeding his expectations. However, she reveals they can't stay long due to the need for experts to maintain the water and electricity supply. Sia's mother asks Takashi to persuade Sia to escape together. Saya plans to discuss a strategy, feeling adults don't take them seriously. Everyone gathers, and Saya presents 2 options: join a larger group or part ways. Takashi opposes separation, citing Saya's parents' influence. Takagi returns with a cage containing a zombie, a former servant who sacrificed himself. Takagi demonstrates the zombie's ferocity, and Kota critiques the sword's efficiency. Kota becomes agitated, pushes Takashi aside, and storms off. Alice offers to mediate between Takashi and Kota, but Kota disappears despite their search efforts. Alice suddenly runs up to Takashi, informing him that Kota is in big trouble. A group of adults has surrounded Kota, demanding he surrender his weapons, arguing it's unfair for one person to hoard so many in this dangerous world. Despite Kota's desperate explanations that the weapons are borrowed, the adults are relentless and prepared to seize them. Takagi intervenes, asking Kota why he's so unwilling to give up his weapons. As Kota struggles to respond, Takashi steps forward, stating he's doing this to protect Saya from the beginning of the disaster. Seiko expresses great respect for Kota's courage, and Saya stands up to her father, declaring Kota kept her safe and she'd be a zombie without him. Saya fearlessly meets her parents' gaze, defying them in this chaotic world. Saya doesn't trust government reports, believing the murderous disease is nonsense, an excuse for their inability to find the cause of corpses attacking humans. She thinks it's a measure to soothe public fear and anxiety. The adults refuse to believe, attributing it to a new infectious disease, unable to accept corpses coming back to life. Saya explains that the solution requires countless top medical experts researching and experimenting day and night in a safe environment, but current conditions and talents are insufficient. The adults are stunned, but some find a new excuse, claiming it's a plot by violent high school students to justify misuse of firearms and violence. This gains support, but arguing with narrow-minded people is a waste of breath, as humans strive to escape reality and refuse to face facts. Meanwhile, Takagi finds Seiko, revealing they were both apprentices under Seiko's father. Takagi presents a famous sword, said to cut through a pig's bone in one stroke, but Seiko refuses without explanation. Takagi laughs, noting her resemblance to her father, and reveals the sword is for Seiko to protect Saya. Seiko questions his concern, suggesting Takashi, the team leader, is more suitable. Takagi trusts Takashi but considers him lost. Takashi ponders, acknowledging his team's combat prowess. Seiko, Kota, Rei, Saya, Shizuka, and even little Alice. Rai bursts into laughter, praising Takashi's responsibility and courage, even in fear. She confesses her willingness to support him, regardless of his feelings for others. Takashi, perplexed, throws her heavy body onto the bed. Rai leaves, advising Takashi to think carefully about her words. Seiko awaits outside, asking Rei to speak with Takashi later. Takashi bids farewell to Takagi, planning to rescue his mother and Rai's father. Takashi and Rei prepare to leave when Sia, dressed in combat gear, joins them. Takashi admires her hormone-radiant outfit, but Rai disapproves. Suddenly, Rai rushes out, confronting teacher Shady, who has arrived. Shady's father, a parliament member, had opposed Rai's father, leading to Shady holding Rai back a grade. Rai's spear points at Shady's face, scaring him into wetting his pants. The spear scratches Shady's cheek. Takagi emerges, permitting Rai to kill Shady if she desires. Takashi attempts to intervene but is restrained by Siko. Shady declares his willingness to die, believing his death would torment Rai forever, serving as a lesson to his students. Rai lowers her gun, deeming him unworthy of killing. Shady feels humiliated, but Takagi expels him and his corrupted students from the estate, leaving them to fend for themselves. Unbeknownst to them, the United States, Japan, and Russia have launched simultaneous nuclear strikes. The space station staff mocks this plot as unrealistic, even for Hollywood. 4 missiles rise, emitting a dazzling, lethal light, signaling the world's descent into darkness. Within the estate, Shizuka recalls her friend Corey's phone number and dials it. However, their conversation is cut short by a lost signal, followed by a fierce white light bursting from the sky, destroying all electronic devices. Sia analyzes the situation, concluding they've suffered a nuclear electromagnetic pulse, causing widespread device malfunction. The recent pulse has disabled the estate's protective facilities, allowing zombies to breach their defenses. Takagi orders the manual closure of the large gate and defends it at all costs. Despite this, a zombie infiltrates, but Kota swiftly eliminates it. Sia's mother, a former agent, arms herself and hands a pistol to Saya for self-defense, asking Kota to teach her daughter how to use it. As zombies overwhelm the gate, chaos erupts inside the mansion. Takashi and others aid the defenders, launching a counterattack. Saya skillfully swings her blade, while Kota delivers precise headshots with her rifle. Amidst the chaos, even little Alice contributes by providing ammunition. However, the zombies seem endless, and the group eventually exhausts their strength and resources. Takagi orders a team to break through the enemy lines, leaving women, children, and the elderly behind. Takagi entrusts Saya to Takashi and Kota, reminding them to stand firm in their beliefs. Saya's mother slaps her, emphasizing their responsibility and regret for entrusting her to others. Saya understands her parents' intentions but acknowledges the urgency of the situation. As Takagi departs with his companions, Saya shouts her love for her parents, unsure if it's their last goodbye. Takagi joins the battle, fighting alongside his wife, who proves to be an exceptional warrior. Meanwhile, Takashi's group reaches the garage, where they find the Tesla, equipped with an anti-pulse device, still operational. Sia, who has never fired a gun, transforms into a fierce fighter, shooting a zombie in the head. With the mechanic's help, they prepare to leave, but the mechanic chooses to stay behind, awaiting his loved one. Shizuka drives the vehicle, ramming through zombies and escaping the estate. Inside the mansion, Saya's mother informs Takagi that their daughter has escaped with a group of young people. Takagi is relieved, and they focus on their own escape. After escaping, Takashi expresses his hope to find his and Rai's family members, then rescue Shizuka's friend. The group embarks on a new journey, filled with determination and fighting spirit. As they hit the freeway, they face a road filled with rotting zombies, but no one shows disgust or anxiety, ready to overcome challenges together.